Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport only in the Premier League. Now, if you missed the last episode, you would have missed the fact that we played Lyon in the Champions League first knockout round and we battered them and still lost on aggregate anyway. Today, it's going to be a big one. We're up against Brighton and the potential league champions Manchester City. I'm hoping when we play Man City, they don't win the title if they beat us. We have just 6 games left to play of the Premier League. We are currently sat 3rd place in the table. However, Chelsea, who are 4th, have a game in hand, which if they win, they will go ahead of us. So we are still kind of in this questionable area between 4th and 5th, or 3rd, 4th and 5th, where we might not get Champions League football. There is an outside possibility as well that we win the league. We won't. We can we can get a total of 80 points. That is our maximum amount of points that we can get all season. So Manchester City need to get 6, which they can probably get that before they even play us. In between episodes, we have played 3 matches. We started off with a 2-0 defeat away from home against Manchester United, then a 2-1 victory at home against West Brom, Saulo with both the goals here, and then Norwich was next up, another 2-1 victory, Saulo and Edgar Rua on the score sheet in the first half. It is going to be Brighton. We were going to play Norwich. I said that in the last episode. I've changed my mind. We're playing Brighton instead. And we're going to be playing Manchester City in what is effectively the penultimate episode of this season. Don't worry, there'll be a season 13 probably. I have just realised as well, we are 7 days away from the Brighton game. So I guess we'll go forward. Also, while we're here, very quickly, we've had our youth intake. It's garbage. It's garbage. I mean, the best player, we have Andy Patterson, is one of the better players. And Peter Scammell is one of the better players. Mentally, he looks good. I think that's kind of it, though. And just like that, 7 days have passed, and we are ready to play Brighton at the Amex Community Stadium. Vincent Kompany is the manager. You can't see because I'm in the way. But yeah, Vincent Kompany is in charge. They've lost 3 of their last 5 games, but also won their last 2. One of them was away from home against Arsenal as well. So that's a worry. I mean, we are inconsistent. We are winning games, but we're also losing games. I just hope we can get past Brighton. The starting lineup then for the Brighton game is fairly standard. It's going to be Varro in goal, Granger, Hanford, Monteiro and Birchtold as our back 4. I'm playing Monteiro, okay? He's getting good. Just deal with it. Kanate, Wang and Redinchewicz in the middle of the pitch. Redinchewicz has been out injured for a while. This is either his first or second game back. It's going to be Tilga, Saulo and Everard today as our striker because Edgar Rua picked up a knock literally 2 days before the match and is out for a week. So yeah, he's going to miss the Brighton game. Now, of all the games we have left, this is probably one of the must-win games. Obviously, we're going to be playing Man City later on in the episode. I think they are too far away for us to catch. So I'm not expecting to beat Manchester City. Beating Brighton is kind of important. West Brom beating Spurs would be handy as well, as they are 1-0 up after less than a minute. Granger has the ball on that left-hand side for us. The Englishman plays it back on the ground. Kanate back to Granger, crosses in. Back post is Damien Tilger, and his headed effort just goes wide of the post. Now Brighton have the ball. It's Battisti to Christopher Azure, kicks it straight into Wang. And now Aurelien Everard, who's not started much football as of late, gets tackled but gets the ball back from Redinchewicz. Everard keeps going towards goal, straight into the hands of the grateful goalkeeper. Free kick for Brighton. Azure is there, just past the post. Still 0-0. It is a back and forward game. Judging by the highlights, it's definitely back and forward. We are looking better in terms of match stats, but we haven't really done a huge amount in terms of actually doing anything. West Ham have taken the lead against Chelsea. That's very helpful. Moraes can run forward with the ball. Birchtold with a questionable tackle. Fernandez in the penalty area, being forced out wide. Sefcik is there. Back to Azure. Wang gets there first. Varro can't save anything to save his life. We're 1-0 down. Ousmane Diakite. Lovely cartwheel. We're 1-0 down to Brighton. What is going on with our team? What is actually going on? We seem to struggle just constantly. Even the matches where we win, we struggle. Monteiro has the ball, 25 minutes on the clock. Wang can play it forward, left-hand side is Saulo. He's going to run forward, but Everard's in front of him. Saulo goes it alone, and the goalkeeper once again holds on to that. We're getting lucky for the fact that Chelsea aren't winning, or Chelsea are losing their game. I think Spurs are also losing their game. Liverpool, I think, are winning. I'm not sure. Chelsea have just equalised against West Ham. Half-time then, 1-0 down against Brighton. You're getting an angry because you're just not playing very well. Well, you say you're not playing very well. You are. You're on 6.7s and 8s, which is above average. 6.6 to 6.7 is kind of average, in my opinion. They're playing reasonable. They're not playing great, they're playing reasonable. Brighton have the ball early on. I don't know what happened to Wang. I'm not sure what went on there. Everard controls the ball. Edge of the area. Aurelian Everard once again kicks it straight into the goalkeeper's hands. We need Barriero back. Barriero is out on loan at Bayer Leverkusen and he is dominating. He has scored 22 goals this season for Bayer. It's a corner for Brighton. It's almost been put in by Aurelian Everard. Can't score at one end, but can nearly score at the other instead. Moraes has collected it for Brighton. He's going to run all the way across. Newcastle have taken the lead against Manchester City. That's interesting. Sefcik's effort is straight into Varro, who can save it and turn it behind for a corner. Moraes' corner comes in. Monteiro heads it clear. Latora's going to collect it. Is the highlight just going to end, or are we going to steal this away? Camacho's running away from goal. It just ends. We are not doing very well. Let's give him a get creative, I think. We've got ourselves a corner. Kanate takes the corner. Hanford is there, and Mark Hanford gets his third of the season at the front post. Right, we're back into it. We now need to score another one, please. I was about to do some subs. In fact, I'm still going to do the subs. Saulo's coming off for Cornioli. We're probably going to do Everard as well for Itabel. Lucio Itabel has played 18 times this season off the bench. He's not started a single game. So hopefully he's not really getting annoyed, which is quite handy. Cam has the ball, loses out. Wang collects it. Back to Monteiro, the Angolan forward to Wang. He's going to have to go backwards again. Monteiro can play a long ball forward, or not. He'll play one across to Mark Hanford, the goal scorer. Monteiro with acres of space. He's not doing anything. What are we doing? This is a highlight that's going Brighton's way. I can see it now. Brighton are going to steal the ball away. Monteiro to Berchtold. He's got some space to run into. Plays it very hard on the ground at Tilger, who manages to control it and get past his man and does another full effort. Absolutely bloody shocking. Puts it wide. Into the final 10 minutes. There is a free kick for Brighton. We'll give him a get creative. Tilger's got that. Tilger's going to run off to the right-hand side. Gets past his tackle. Needs to go it alone. Why has he tried to side foot that? In what world was the side foot the choice that everyone would have gone for? Nobody would have done that. You just put your foot through it. It's another draw. It's a 1-1 draw, this time against Brighton. Not a good performance. Learn to score some of these shots. We've had 8 on target and put one of them in. Well, you're getting another angry. You're going to come in for training. You lost some confidence. I don't know why. You weren't that good. Well then, just what we needed. A point. Chelsea managed to get a point as well against West Ham. They went 2-1 down in the 94th minute and equalised in the 95th. What else happened? What did Spurs do? Spurs they lost. They lost 1-0 against West Brom. So that's good news. We've got 5 games left to play. We are 5 points clear of 5th place. Champions League has to be our target, really, doesn't it? Champions League has got to be our target for this season. Let's go forward then. Manchester City next. We've got Aston Villa to play in between. I think it's only Villa that we've got to play in between. Yes, it is. So we'll return then for the Man City game in about 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks' time. Since about the start of February, in fact, since the 1st of February, we have been garbage. Absolute garbage. We have won just 4 league games in about 10. And we've continued that with a draw against Aston Villa. It took us until the 89th minute as well to even get on the score sheet. It was a 1-1 draw away from home, giving us a solitary point. But we got very, very lucky because if we look back and we go to here, you will see Chelsea drew with Crystal Palace. Spurs, where are Spurs? Drew with Everton. So all the teams below us also dropped as many points as we did. Then we go forward and you'll see Arsenal beat Chelsea as well, which means Chelsea, for their game in hand, didn't actually go ahead of us in the league table. Liverpool and Manchester City are going to be battling it out for the title. Liverpool actually go top of the table now. But we are still in the driving seat for that final Champions League spot, I guess. Mathematically, we might be 1 win away from securing ourselves Champions League football. If we get it against Manchester City, I will be very, very impressed. And what's going to make me even more impressed is the fact that I am going to change my formation. Hello? Poor form. They've lost against Inter, Newcastle, Inter, battered Southampton and drew with Arsenal, which for some reason counted as a loss, so I assume that was probably an FA Cup semi-final or quarter-final or something like that. So maybe we stick with what we know, because Man City are on bad form. Maybe we can take advantage of that. You already know, basically, the starting lineup. It's the usual one. Varro in goal, Granger, Hanford, Monteiro and Berchtold. I say the usual. Monteiro is he's coming into the side, basically replacing Mendes, who I said at the start of the season, I think Mendes might have kind of reached his peak, and I think we can do better. Konate, Wang and Redinchwich in the middle, Tilga, Saulo and Rura as our strikers. Their striker is Kylian Mbappe, who's filth, absolute filth, isn't he? He's just something else, absolutely ridiculous. He's also 32 years old. Maybe the reason why Man City don't win many games at the moment is because they play what I would consider very defensive for a very good Manchester City side. Not a bad team, Torcolo. We'll take it. We will take it, indeed. It is a bit annoying that we're away from home. We seem to do all right when we're at home. We're away from home. Chelsea have already taken the lead in their game. Konate with a corner for us. Monteiro's there. The Angolan doesn't manage to get the ball. Yes, Chelsea have taken the lead after just 4 minutes against Aston Villa. So there is a bit of a mountain in a way for us to climb because we need to probably get a victory here. Andre's going to get past all of our players. He's straight in on goal. They've had an effort. Quintero hits the outside of the post. We got lucky there. That all came from a corner. From our corner. If Chelsea win 3-0, they will go ahead of us in the table. They might even go ahead of us with a 2-0 win. Because it might be goals against or goals for. Quintero goes for goal. Varro makes a save. Liverpool have taken the lead as well. That means Man City really do need to win this game if they want any hope in actually becoming champions. Mbappe's corner comes in. Michelini's header goes over the bar. It's all Man City at the moment. We've literally not had a shot. Throw deep in City's half. They do have the ball though. Quintero, who's had a lot of the ball. Tottenham have gone 1-0 up against Southampton. Alenzi across right-hand side is Andre. The right back is making a run as well. Busalic, he's got some company. Andre gets the ball back. Alenzi in the middle for City. Now Pollock. Pollock is like 18, 19 years old and absolutely stupidly good. Andre to Mbappe. Great block there. Redinchwich gets the ball upfield. Are we going to counter this? Rura's been kicked over. We've got ourselves a free kick and Ruben Diaz isn't even booked for that. Free kick for Mbappe. I thought that was a curling effort. It wasn't. That was a very odd free kick. Wang with the ball forward to Saulo. 37.5 minutes on the clock. Michelini steals the ball away from Saulo. And now City can come forward. Alenzi. Long ball towards the left-hand side for Quintero. Berchtold's there with him. Quintero gets past him with relative ease. Andre heads over the bar. We are weathering a storm right now. We are literally weathering a storm. Figuratively weathering a storm. We're not literally, unless it is, I mean it is raining. I guess that does mean we are weathering a storm. Half time, 0-0. We are up against it, but so far we are holding our own. I've done no changes at half time, although looking at our strikers, Tilgren, Saulo and Rura all on 6.4s. So something might need to change there if we're going to try and get a goal in this. Villa have equalised. Rura goes for a long-range effort. Yeah, Villa have equalised against Chelsea. Southampton have equalised against Spurs as well. Is everything going our way all of a sudden? Redinchwich has picked up a knock. That's not ideal. Right. He will be coming off. Weston McKennie will be coming on. Rura coming off for Everard. Saulo coming off for Cornioli. We're doing all of them right now because basically everyone who is an attacker is playing garbage. Final 15 minutes. If this ends 0-0, I'll take it. I'll be happy with a 0-0 draw. Let's give them a get creative. That's probably not the one you wanted to give them. Final few minutes of the game. 4 minutes of injury time. I think this is probably the second highlight of the second half. Pollock to Grebis. Back to Pollock. Forward. Finds Alenzi on that right-hand side. Spurs have taken the lead against Southampton. Cooper is there. Doesn't win the header. Grebis on the volley. And Vladislavs Grebis has scored a goal in the 90th minute because we always concede late goals. Also, Grebis is the Latvian guy, isn't he? He's the Latvian guy who I said I wanted to sign last time we played them. He's still good. He doesn't score often, but when he does, it's against us. Highlight straight after the goal. So maybe we're going to get back into this. We're not getting back into this. We're going to misplace a pass in a second. And City are going to make it 2-0. I think we've dropped down to fourth. I think Chelsea are winning. I think Spurs are winning as well. So we've gone from a very good weekend of football where everyone seemed to drop points, including ourselves, to a bad weekend where everyone's going to pick up points. and we're going to be the only team to drop points. Michelini has the ball, lots of space to run into. Left-hand side is Mbappe, chests it down. Varro makes a very good save, concedes a corner late on. City still pushing for a second. Mbappe is taking the corner, which is weird. I find it strange that Mbappe takes their corners. Montiero gets it clear. Tilger controls it. He's done a weird pass to himself. He's got it. To be fair, he's got the ball and then ran it off the pitch. What an idiot. City have got another corner, apparently. Mbappe once again towards the front post. It's missed everybody. And Pollock has missed the goal somehow. Dominguez, we've got 10 seconds left to play. Is this a highlight or are we just running down the clock? I think we might be running down the clock, you know. Michelini in the middle to Alenzi. Now Busalic. Alenzi once again. He's got Cornioli in front of him. Michelini's done a lot of football. He has been involved in so much of what Man City have done. He's going to cross it in. Mbappe's at the back. Montiero heads clear. Tilger doesn't understand how football works, apparently, because he just heads that straight to one of the best footballers ever in the world on this game. Why did he do that? It's over to Mbappe. He's one-on-one with the keeper. He's not fast enough to keep that in play. It's going to be a 1-0 defeat then against Man City. It's been a disappointing episode, a disappointing match. We've dropped 5 points out of a possible 6. And I think we're down to 4th. To be fair to the side, if it wasn't for Varro, we would have lost that about 6 or 7-0. So a 1-0 defeat isn't the end of the world. But again, it's another late goal that we've conceded. We do drop down to 4th place. Spurs just 2 points behind us. Chelsea 1 point ahead of us. It means that the final 3 games of the season, we have to do well. We've got Palace 19th. We've got Arsenal. We've got Bournemouth. The Arsenal game, can Arsenal even get into this little fight? Arsenal are kind of close enough. They probably won't get into it, but they are close enough because they do have a game in hand. There's a lot to play for. We might be finishing outside of the top 4, which isn't what I was expecting when we were second for most of the season. Oh, flipping wonderful. Brilliant. Cyprian Radinčević is injured now for 2 weeks. We've also got Leao also injured for 2 to 3 months. We've got Karabulat is injured for 3 to 10 days. I don't know what's happening with our injuries at the moment, but it is all over the place. Everard now hasn't scored for 8 matches either, and let's give you a quick Adrian Valkovic update. At Eastleigh, he's played a lot of football, 38 times he's played for them. He's still rubbish, though. He's not improving. I was hoping getting a bit of football might make him better. It hasn't. Well then, that is going to do it for this episode. Next episode will be the final episode of the season, and we're going to do Arsenal and we're going to do Bournemouth. I'm going to play Palace off camera. I'm hoping we don't embarrass ourselves here. Arsenal is a big game. The final game of the season, I suspect, might be important for us. If we beat Palace and we beat Arsenal, I think we're going to be in the top 4. I suspect we might lose against Arsenal. So, yeah, the Bournemouth game might become a little bit important. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Southport. If you did enjoy, you're probably a Manchester City fan, or maybe even a Brighton fan. But anyway, if you did enjoy, do leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time for the final 2 games of the season, and hopefully we can finish in the top 4 for the 2nd season in a row. I'll see you next time.